for me, she did look a bit fleet-footed. So we're talking about 2021. Elaine Thompson-Herah, I liked what I saw. Welcome back to TXT Track Time. Happy New Year and all those things. Yes, it's January 29th, so I am allowed to say Happy New Year. I don't want to hear anybody question that. So, trackies, welcome back. The track season has been heating up. Our Christmas break is finally over.
It's on fire.
It is. It's on fire. Christmas break is finally over. And so we're back to bring you exciting stuff. Remember, trackies, this is competition year. World Championships again. So say Jamaica just have to get their medals all the way for all the people. So with that said, we're going to jump straight into one of our biggest guns for 2023. We're starting with Elaine Thompson-Herah and her 60-meter race that she ran recently at the Queen's Grace Jackson Invitational. T, thoughts?
I don't know. There's not much to say on the race, surprisingly, right? Because I usually have so much to say. Okay. I didn't see the race in person. And I guess the angles that I was looking at didn't really give me the information that I was looking for. So I'm just gonna hold this as a race that happened and she ran 7:15, and I'm okay with the time. I'm just somebody that likes to read more from an athlete based on the effort that they put in, and I just couldn't gauge the effort that she put in, so I don't think I can give my honest take on her run because I just couldn't really see her. I just don't know why the race didn't give me what I was looking for.
Okay, well, the angling was poor, I admit, but I must say that for me, she did look a bit fleet-footed. So we're talking about 2021. Elaine Thompson-Herah, I liked what I saw her. She was moving through, and when Elaine is running like that, she didn't look heavy. And it's still early in the season. And one of the things that even Elaine has said before in interviews is that during at the top of the season, they're doing weight training, so they're a bit heavy. And for me, she didn't look heavy. She looked pretty light and fleet-footed. So I liked what I was seeing, but there are many 60 meters that are on the circuit now, and yes, they're indoors, and Elaine ran outdoors. But I still want to compare some of what we're seeing from other top-tier athletes with what Elaine produced this weekend or last weekend. So Dina Asher-Smith ran 7:04 indoors for a British national record. We had Alea Hobbs running 6:98, and of course, how should I say, homegrown Julian Alfred of St. Lucia running 7:02. So those, and there are other times, there are other low sevens here and there, but those are three of the big ones I want to mention. And the whole reason why Dina Asher-Smith even made this cut in the top three that I'm mentioning is just her form and how excellent she looked in that race. So can you say, is there any comparison? We're talking about indoor meets versus outdoor. Is there any comparison? Is Elaine doing what she needs to do?
Personally, I never compare them because it's two different structures, as it relates to the track, outdoors versus indoors. And what I tend to hear a lot from persons that run the indoors that the track is more bouncy, so it propels you forward. And I know they say that about the outdoor track as well, but it's a different surface completely. So no, I never compare them. And then also you have to take into consideration wind as well outdoors, which you don't take into consideration indoors. So no, I never compare the races, and I can't compare Elaine versus any other athlete that I've seen so far this season until I see her run indoors, if she does. What I will say about the Elaine race that I did notice, to touch on something you said about her looking fleet-footed, is that her technique looks to have changed slightly. She looked like she was up a lot sooner than she typically is. I don't know if that's a thing. I'll have to see more races to know if there's actually a change in that, but that's something I noticed, where it looked like she was up a bit faster out of her dry phase, because you could see let's take last year for an example. When she's running, there's a definite downward, and she takes a good while before she comes up, because she's building up that momentum. For this race, that 60 that I saw, I didn't really see that. She looked like she was up a lot sooner. So let's see if that's something that is a change, and if it's a change for the better. But as I said, because of the angle of the race, I couldn't really gauge if the effort was an effort that I expect from Elaine as a double Olympic champion. But I know I am satisfied with the time. And of course she won the race. I'm definitely satisfied with that. But again, I can't really say much about it. Was it good or bad or in between? I just don't know. I can't really tell.
Well, Elaine's dry phase, lengthy dry phase is one of those things I actually love. So, one way or the other, I'm hoping that's not a change. What I will say is that given that it is a 60-meter race, you are expected to be up and moving much faster. So, it could be
Mhm.
that, it could be that it was, it wasn't big competition. So, she didn't really have to drive that much to win. So, she could run more upright and, still comfortably win. So it could be a
Mhm.
number of factors why we didn't see her long dry phase that
Yeah, and I
she's
think
known for.
a lot of this, or a lot of our opinions on the actual race, has to go with what we saw, from the camera angle. I think footage is very important when you're talking about races, and if the footage doesn't look good, you can't really tell what's going on, kind of thing. So
So there's one more thing I wanted to say before you cut me off. I just wanted you to examine the bodies in motion. And when I mentioned the comparison, and by bodies in motion, I was speaking about Alia's body versus
my body's emotion,
Elaine's.
you mean technique.
Their technique, right? So not so much so indoors versus outdoors, but more so Alia's technique, or just how where she is now at this stage versus where Dina is and where Elaine is. And I must say, I was pretty impressed with how Alia looked and also how Dina looked, among other persons that raced recently, but those two definitely stood out to me.
Um, Again, it's the same thing for me. I can't compare athletes because technically everybody has their own quote unquote running form. Yeah, there's textbook running form, but again, you run based on how your body is structured, kind of thing. So as it relates to a comparison there, I still can't compare them. But what I will agree with you with is that I loved how both athletes looked in terms of their technical improvement over the years. I definitely saw growth from Dina. I'm seeing growth from Dina, and even more so from Aaliyah. I was definitely 100% impressed by that. So let's see where that takes us.
Okay, so track is the season is up and it's hotter than ever. And there you go. Our queen of sprints, our overall sprint queen, Elaine Thompson-Herah.
Okay, are you trying to get us hate on our first video?
No, everybody, we're talking about Elaine, so let us just go ahead and say her sprint queen, Elaine Thompson-Herah, has opened her season. She's looking good. She ran two races, her 7-2, followed by the 7-1-5, both looking solid. And we're excited to see what next she has. Trackers, what did you think about Elaine's opening races? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. T?
No, that's it.
Okay,
As
so
usual, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, catch us in the next one. And as a matter of fact, we have Olipa come, so stay tuned.
I'm Tam.
And I'm T.
We'll catch you in another one.